What's up guys, and welcome to the flash review of Big Hero 6. So at the time I'm recording this video, I'd just seen the movie last night with a couple of friends and it was a blast. The movie follows the adventures of main character Hero and his robot partner Baymax. Oh my god, Baymax! Along with 4 other quirky, likable, science nerdy characters. And when someone steals and starts wreaking havoc with an invention of Hero's, it's up to them to become the Big Hero 6. You can probably tell from that intro that I really like this movie. Not gonna lie, this is probably the best superhero origin story movie we've had since maybe Iron Man. Don't get me wrong, things like Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Captain America the First Avenger were all awesome movies. But all of them had these little hitches in them that just prevented me from getting them up that extra notch. I only really have one problem with Big Hero 6, and I'll cover that one later. In fact, I can't even really cover that problem without spoilers, so I'll have to save that for a spoiler review later. Point. This movie is really, really good. Okay, let's get this out of the way right now. Baymax. I can't think of a time I've liked a robot character this much since this guy. For those of you who don't know, The Iron Giant is my favorite movie. Yeah, move over Edie and Legion. Baymax. And I do like that the movie went for a slightly more mature angle. Okay, you know, Disney movies are a lot darker typically than we give them credit for, but that's not the point. The movie actually had a lot to say, or at least provided the illusion of having a lot to say, about the subject of loss and dealing with loss. Now ultimately, some could argue that this movie did end up becoming Big Hero 6 Friendship is Magic, but I don't have a problem with that. Primarily because the execution was just great. I can't tell you how much I want to spoil everything. Okay, first and foremost, Baymax, aside from being adorable, is also really funny. His interactions with Hero are hilarious. And it's not just Baymax, some of the side characters are actually pretty funny too. And the action in this movie. Oh my god, the action in this movie. The animation in this thing was amazing. Are we sure this isn't a Pixar movie? Oh right, Disney bought Pixar outright. That explains it. But yeah, this movie, gorgeous. And on top of that, it's very well voice acted. Sorry if this is a little unfocused, I get excited when I like something. So right, back to the Big Hero 6 themselves. So the other 4 characters, they were there. Alright, in fairness, I didn't have a problem with them not really being all that weighty or deep, because it's not really their movie. It is definitely Hero and Baymax's. I will say right now that if they really want to expand upon all those characters, then they can do so in a sequel. This is a superhero movie, guys. Do I think they should have a sequel? Not right away. I think the approach to this should be similar to the one that Brad Bird took with The Incredibles, waiting for the good story to come along, rather than just cranking another one out immediately because, well. But yeah, this really isn't their movie, they're really just there to be the quirky sidekicks. And they are all pretty diverse and fun in their own ways and rights. I'm not sure who my favorite was. I mean, people do know that I tend to favor the female characters just because I feel like they really aren't represented enough. By the way, the rollerblade one? Wow. Do you know how hard I have tried to make a rollerblade character actually work in a comic book before? And they did it and it looked amazing. But yeah, the one with the chemical reaction purse thing, that was some seriously impressive stuff. Just the idea for that, like, just... Now yeah, the one that I wasn't really as fond of as the other ones was the dude with the laser claw thing. I mean, they were cool, but just that one felt kind of generic. Alright, now let me just take a quick detour here. I do feel like one thing I have to point out is that a lot of people have been stating that there are pacing problems in the movie. As someone who usually stresses pacing quite heavily, I didn't really notice any pacing problems with it. I did have one problem with this movie though, and it was more aligned with the ending. Now without spoiling anything, I just want to say that I feel like the ending could have used more. Not a whole lot more, like 1 page worth of script, 1 minute basically. Or hey, 30 seconds if you want to capture the idea I'm having in here without any dialogue. Again, I'll cover it more in the spoiler review, but I just feel like they could have put a little bit more into the ending just to, you know, tie off the rest of the loose ends. I'm not necessarily saying it has to be done with a pretty little ribbon on top, I'm just saying some closure would have been nice on that aspect. Does that mean I don't like the ending? No, the ending was awesome. It was just that one little thing. If I'm going to be honest here, that's mostly a nitpick. I don't generally rate these things, guys, but if we're going to go on that scale of taking things to 11, this is about a 10 for me, really. Maybe a 9 if I were bothered as much by the side characters not particularly having much more to them, no arcs or anything. But then again, they did have one central group arc. Take what you can get, I guess. Do I think this was the best Disney movie to have come out in recent years? I don't know, I'm still kind of leaning on Wreck-It Ralph. But I do definitely think this is worth a full price viewing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the spoiler review. Take care.